Now there is an angle ABC inside the circle where B is touching the point B is touching the circle, and vertex B is touching the circle, and point A and C is also touching the circle. So this arc ABC, that is the arc which is there, which inscribes the angle ABC. So measure arc ABC is known as what? Inscribed arc. So what is inscribed arc over here? Is arc ABC. That means angle is also ABC and arc is also ABC. So that is inscribed arc, and the one which is below, that is known as intercepted arc. So this is known as intercepted arc. So arc, intercepted arc is which one? Is arc AC. Arc AC is the intercepted arc. अगर समझो एक एंगल है जिसका वर्टेक्स और दोनों आर्म्स भी टच होता है सर्कल में, तो ए बी सी एंगल है, और ए बी सी आर्क ए बी सी इसको इंस्क्राइब्ड आर्क बोलता है, और नीचे वाला जो आर्क है उसको बोलता है इंटरसेप्टेड आर्क. तो इंटरसेप्टेड आर्क कौन सा है? ए सी. और इंस्क्राइब्ड आर्क कौन सा है? आर्क ए बी सी. अभी ये सब इंटरसेप्टेड आर्क है, जैसा कि इसमें इंटरसेप्टेड आर्क किधर आएगा? यहाँ पे. So this is the intercepted arc, that is arc AC. Over here the intercepted arc is which one? Here. From here till here is the intercepted arc, and here one arm is touching the circle. One arm is touching the circle. So यहाँ पे एक आर्म जो रहता है वो सर्कल को टच होता है, और ये over here which is the intercepted arc? This is the intercepted arc. This is the intercepted arc. Over here there are two intercepted arc. One is over here and the other one is below. So in this there are two intercepted arc. If the vertex B is going outside the circle, then there will be two intercepted arc. Here also there are two intercepted arc, and this is the second one. So this is the second intercepted arc, and here also one of the arm is touching the circle. One arm is touching the circle. Now look at this figure. Here also there are two intercepted arc. One is this and the next one is this. And here both the arms, arm AB and arm BC, both are touching the circle. Both arms are touching the circle. यहाँ पे दोनों भी आर्म जो रहता है वो सर्कल को टच होके जा रहा है, और यहाँ पे भी दो इंटरसेप्टेड आर्क है. नाउ दिस इन दिस फिगर देयर इज नो इंटरसेप्टेड आर्क. व्हाई? Because BC is not touching the circle. So BC is not touching the circle, so there is no intercepted arc. So one thing you remember, what is the inscribed arc? Inscribed arc is this one, ABC. If the angle is going this way, then ABC is the inscribed arc, and the one which is below, that is known as intercepted arc. Angle theorem. What is inscribed angle theorem? The measure of an inscribed angle is half the measure of the arc intercepted by it. Now what is the meaning of this? Supposing if this is an inscribed angle, then the measure of this angle is half the measure of the intercepted arc by it. So if this is 120 degree, then this will be 60 degree. So the inscribed angle is half the measure of the intercepted arc by it. So the meaning of this theorem is that. Now next one, they have said There are three cases regarding the position of the center. So regarding the position of the center of the circle and the inscribed angle, there are three cases. First case is what? If one of the arms of the angle lies on the center, that means center lies on one of the arms of the inscribed angle. So this is the first case. Second case, the center lies in the interior of the inscribed angle, and the next one is if the center lies in the exterior of the inscribed angle. So if this is a center, so there are three cases possible. What are the three cases? तो inscribed angle का मतलब क्या है? जो measure है, यानी अगर ये inscribed angle है तो इसका measure कितना रहेगा? Half of the intercepted arc, the arc intercepted by it. मतलब ये अगर 120 डिग्री है तो ये 60 डिग्री हो जाएगा, या ये 60 डिग्री दिया रहेगा तो आर्क का मेजर कितना रहेगा? 120 डिग्री. तो अभी ये प्रूफ में तीन पॉसिबिलिटी हो सकता है. या तो सेंटर कोई भी एक आर्म के ऊपर है, इंस्क्राइब्ड एंगल का कोई भी एक आर्म के ऊपर है. दूसरा वाला केस क्या है? द सेंटर अंदर आता है, इंस्क्राइब्ड एंगल के अंदर आता है. और तीसरा वाला क्या है? जो सेंटर है वो बाहर आता है, इंस्क्राइब्ड एंगल का बाहर आता है. सो देयर आर थ्री पॉसिबिलिटी इन दिस प्रूफ. द फर्स्ट टू, पहला दो जो है, द फर्स्ट टू कैन बी डन इन वन प्रूफ, and the third one I'll be showing you separately. So the first and the second one, that is if the center is on one of the arm of the inscribed angle, and if the center is in the interior of the inscribed angle, this can be done in one proof, and the third one I'll be showing you separately. Now proof of the inscribed angle theorem. Given in a circle with center O, angle BAC is inscribed in the arc BAC, and BDC is the intercepted arc which is intercepted by angle BAC. We have to prove that BAC is half of the arc BDC. So this angle is half of arc BDC. So what I had explained just now, that only we have to prove. Construction: draw ray AO such that it intersects the circle at the point E. So ray AO which intersects the circle at point E, and join OC, or draw the radius OC. Now OA, seg OA is congruent to seg OC. This is congruent to this. Why? Because they are the radii of the same circle. Radii of same circle. Therefore this angle and this angle is equal. Therefore angle OAC is congruent to angle OCA. Reason what you'll write? Isosceles triangle theorem. So if two sides are congruent, then the angle opposite to it is also congruent. तो पहले भी बताया, अगर दो साइड इक्वल है तो ये एंगल, ऑपोजिट एंगल इज ऑल्सो कॉन्ग्रुएंट. उसको बोलता है आइसोसेलेस ट्राइंगल थ्योरम. नाउ लेट अस टेक दिस एंगल इक्वल टू x. सो लेट angle OAC equal to angle OCA be equal to x. Let this be 1. So we have taken this both x. तो ये दोनों एंगल जो इक्वल था उसको अपन x का वैल्यू देता है. अभी ये जो एंगल है EOC, दैट इज दिस एंगल EOC इज द एक्सटीरियर एंगल ऑफ द ट्राइंगल OAC. So this angle is the exterior angle of triangle OAC, and we know that exterior angle is always equal to sum of the remote interior angle. That means EOC is equal to x plus x, because exterior angle is always equal to the sum of the remote interior angle, which is known as exterior angle theorem. So angle EOC is equal to angle OAC plus angle OCA. Reason what you'll write down? Exterior angle theorem. Therefore angle EOC is equal to what? We had taken OAC and OCA equal to what? X. So x plus x, therefore angle EOC is equal to 2x degree. So let this be 2. Now arc EC is equal to how much? Measure arc EC is equal to angle EOC is equal to measure angle EOC. What is it? Definition of measure of arc. So we have got this equal to how much? 2x degree. So this is equal to 2x degree. So what will be arc EC? EC also will be equal to 2x degree. We had studied this before, that measure of the minor arc is always equal to the central angle. EOC is a central angle and EOC is equal to 2x. EOC central angle है और उसका वैल्यू कितना है? 2x. तो आर्क EC भी 2x रहेगा, क्योंकि आपने ऑलरेडी पढ़ चुका है कि माइनर आर्क का मेजरमेंट कितना रहता है? हमेशा सेंट्रल एंगल से वो इक्वल ही रहता है. तो ये भी 2x डिग्री हो गया. देयरफॉर मेजर आर्क EC is equal to 2x degree. Let this be 3. Now what do you observe from 1 and 3? So we had got one what? OAC, that is OAC is x, and EC we have got 2x. So that means this is half of this only. So angle OAC, that is equal to angle, we can also write, instead of OAC we can also write EAC. So angle EAC is equal to half of measure arc EC. Let this be 4. So once again I'll repeat, central angle is how much? 2x. Therefore the minor arc is also equal to 2x. Now this is 2x, this is x, so this is half of this arc, that is angle OAC is half of arc EC. Instead of OAC we can also write EAC is half of arc EC. So that is fourth point. Now if I joined OB this way, if I joined OB, similarly we will get this two angle equal to x, and therefore this angle will be 2x. So this arc will also be equal to 2x. So similarly angle BAE is equal to half of measure arc, which arc? BE. Let this be 5. तो अगर अपन ने OB को ज्वाइन किया, तो जैसा अपन को उधर प्रूफ किया OB और OA इक्वल है रेडिया ऑफ द सेम सर्कल, तो ये एंगल और ये एंगल इक्वल हो गया, आइसोसेलेस ट्रायंगल थ्योरम. ये एक्सटीरियर एंगल हो गया, तो ये हो गया 2x. तो अगर ये 2x है तो ये भी हो जाएगा 2x. तो जैसा अपन इधर प्रूव किया था वैसे इधर भी. सो BAE विल बी हाफ ऑफ आर्क BDE और BE. Now when you add the fourth and the fifth one, so add fourth and fifth one, what you will get? Angle EAC plus angle BAE, that is this one, angle EAC and angle BAE is equal to half measure arc. Over here we have what? Arc EC, measure arc EC plus half measure arc BE, that is this one. So when I add fourth and fifth, what I'll get? Angle EAC plus angle BAE is equal to half measure arc EC plus half measure arc BE. Now take the half common, and when you add EAC, look over here, EAC and BAE, that is EAC and BAE together becomes what? BAC. So this angle plus this angle will become BAC. So angle BAC is equal to half, take half common, measure arc EC plus measure arc BE. So what is measure arc EC and measure arc BE? So BE and EC together will become what? BC. तो मैंने अगर BE और EC को ऐड किया तो मुझे क्या मिलेगा? BC. So angle BAC is equal to half of measure arc BC. Instead of BC, I can take BDC. Arc BDC. So that is what we had to prove. Angle BAC is equal to half of measure arc BDC. तो इसमें दोनों भी आता है. पहले अपन ने क्या प्रूव किया था कि सेंटर ऑन वन ऑफ द एंगल है, और सेकेंड टाइम जब अपन ने ये ट्राइंगल भी लिया तो क्या आया? द सेंटर इज इन द इंटीरियर ऑफ द एंगल. तो दोनों प्रूफ, दोनों पॉइंट जो था वो एक ही प्रूफ में हो जाता है. नाउ आई विल शो यू द नेक्स्ट वन व्हेन द सेंटर इज in the exterior of the inscribed angle. Now this is the third case. In the third case, the center of the circle is in the exterior of the inscribed angle BAC. So here angle BAC is equal to what? So this angle BAC, how this angle BAC is made? When you take the full angle minus this angle. तो ये पूरा एंगल को ये छोटे एंगल से माइनस करेगा तो ये मिलेगा. सो एंगल BAE, that is a bigger angle, minus angle, the smaller one, that is CAE. Therefore, angle BAC is equal to what? Now what is BAE? What is this full arc angle made up of which arc? BE. This full angle is made up of arc BE. So half measure arc BCE minus half measure arc. What is CAE made up of? CAE is made up of what? CE. So measure arc CE. Take half common. So angle BAC is equal to half measure arc BCE minus measure arc CE. Now if I take BCE and subtract this much, so what will be left in this full arc? If I subtract this one CE, what I will get? BC. So angle BAC is equal to half of measure arc BC. So that is what we had to prove. So when the center is inside the inscribed angle or outside the inscribed angle, or on one of the arm is, center is on one of the arm of the inscribed angle, the answer will always be same, only that the inscribed angle is always half of the intercepted arc. Now inscribed angle theorem can also be written as this way: the measure of an angle subtended by an arc. So this angle which is subtended by this arc at a point on the circle, is half the measure of the arc of the measure of the angle subtended by the arc. So if this arc is 120 degree, then this will be how much? 60 degree. So this can be written also in this way. The theorem, inscribed angle theorem, can also be written this way. Now we will prove the corollaries which are based on inscribed angle theorem. Now corollaries of inscribed angle theorem. The first one is angle inscribed in the same arc are congruent. Now if this is the angle, the intercepted arc of this particular angle is what? Which one? This one. This one is the intercepted arc. So if this arc is 80 degree, then what will be the measurement of this? 40 degrees. So this angle will be half of the intercepted arc, which we had studied in the inscribed angle theorem. Now if I draw another angle, which is intercepted in that same arc, if I name this as D, so which is a angle BDC, that is also intercepted in the same arc BC. So this angle will be equal to 40 degree. If I take another one angle which is inscribed and the intercepted arc is the same of the previous two angle, then that also will be equal to 40 degree. Why? Because the intercepted arc is what? Over here BC. So angle BEC is intercepted arc of this angle is what? BC. So this angle also will be equal to 40 degrees. So angles inscribed in the same arc are always congruent to each other. That is what is the explanation of this corollary. Now we have to prove this. Let us take a circle with center C and angle PQR and angle PSR are inscribed in the arc PTR. This is T over here. So PTR. Now to prove that angle PQR, that is this angle and this angle, are congruent to each other. Proof. Now angle PQR is equal to half of measure arc. So this angle is half of the measure arc PTR. Similarly, this angle PSR is also equal to half of measure arc PTR. Reason what you'll write for both of them? Inscribed angle theorem. So what is inscribed angle theorem? This angle is half of this intercepted arc and this angle is also half of the same intercepted arc over here. So let this be 1 and let this be 2. Reason what you'll write down? Inscribed angle theorem. Now this angle is equal to this PTR, this angle is also equal to PTR. The right hand side is both same, PTR. So naturally the left hand side also will become equal. So from 1 and 2 we will get, therefore angle PQR is congruent to angle PSR from 1 and 2. Now we will take the next corollary of the inscribed angle theorem. Now just now I had explained the theorem that the angle between the secant, that is this secant, and the tangent is always equal to half of this arc, that is angle ABC is equal to half of measure arc ADB. This is what I had explained just now. So ABC is equal to half of measure arc ADB, on which base of theorem? The theorem that is the angle between the tangent and the secant. So this is angle ABC is equal to measure arc ADB, and before we had studied that this angle is also half of measure arc ADB by inscribed angle theorem. So angle AEB is also equal to half of measure arc ADB. Reason what it is? Inscribed angle theorem. तो अभी मैंने एक्सप्लेन किया था थ्योरम कि जो एंगल रहता है टेंजेंट और सीकेंट के बीच में, हमेशा वो एंगल ये आर्क ADB का आधा रहता है. तो एंगल ABC इज इक्वल टू मेजर आर्क ADB. और पहले अपन पढ़ चुका था कि जो इंस्क्राइब्ड एंगल है वो भी एंगल हमेशा ये आर्क का आधा रहता है. ये इसका इंटरसेप्टेड आर्क है, तो हमेशा ये एंगल इस इंटरसेप्टेड आर्क का आधा रहेगा. तो एंगल AEB इज इक्वल हाफ ऑफ मेजर आर्क ADB. तो दोनों को कंपेयर करेगा तो एंगल ABC भी आधा है ADB का और एंगल AEB भी आधा है ADB का. तो ये एंगल और ये एंगल इक्वल रहेगा. तो हमेशा याद रखना कि जो एंगल between the secant and the tangent will always be equal to the inscribed angle which is on the other side of the secant, not on this side. ये साइड में एंगल है secant और tangent के बीच में, तो ये एंगल और ये एंगल जो रहता है सीकेंट के वो साइड में, ऑपोजिट साइड में रहना चाहिए, तभी ये दोनों एंगल इक्वल रहता है. सो दिस एंगल एंड दिस एंगल विल ऑलवेज बी इक्वल. सो रिमेंबर दिस थियरम ऑल्सो. Now corollaries of inscribed angle theorem. The first one is angle inscribed in the same arc are congruent. Now if this is the angle, the intercepted arc of this particular angle is what? Which one? This one. This one is the intercepted arc. So if this arc is 80 degree, then what will be the measurement of this? 40 degree. So this angle will be half of the intercepted arc which we had studied in the inscribed angle theorem. Now if I draw another angle, which is intercepted in that same arc, if I name this as D, so which is a angle BDC, that is also intercepted in the same arc BC. So this angle will be equal to 40 degree. If I take another one angle which is inscribed and the intercepted arc is the same of the previous two angle, then that also will be equal to 40 degree. Why? Because the intercepted arc is what? Over here BC. So angle BEC is intercepted arc of this angle is what? BC. So this angle also will be equal to 40 degrees. So angles inscribed in the same arc are always congruent to each other. That is what is the explanation of this corollary. Now we have to prove this. Let us take a circle with center C and angle PQR and angle PSR are inscribed in the arc PTR. This is T over here. So PTR. Now to prove that angle PQR, that is this angle and this angle are congruent to each other. Proof. Now angle PQR is equal to half of measure arc. So this angle is half of the measure arc PTR. Similarly this angle PSR is also equal to half of measure arc PTR. Reason what you'll write for both of them? Inscribed angle theorem. So what is inscribed angle theorem? This angle is half of this intercepted arc and this angle is also half of the same intercepted arc over here. So let this be 1 and let this be 2. Reason what you'll write down? Inscribed angle theorem. Now this angle is equal to this PTR, this angle is also equal to PTR. The right hand side is both same, PTR. So naturally the left hand side also will become equal. So from 1 and 2 we will get, therefore angle PQR is congruent to angle PSR from 1 and 2. Now we will take the next corollary of the inscribed angle theorem. Now the second corollary, angle inscribed in a semicircle is a right angle. So if an angle is inscribed in a semicircle, this is a semicircle, this is a center, diameter it is. So if an angle is inscribed in this semicircle, it will always be 90 degree. If I take another angle, that also will be 90 degree. This is also semicircle, so if I take below also, this will also be 90 degree. So angle inscribed in a semicircle is always 90 degree. So in given M is the center of the circle, and angle ABC is inscribed in the arc ABC. Remember, inscribed arc is always this way and the below one is known as intercepted arc. So arc ABC and arc AXC, that is this one, arc ABC and arc AXC are semicircle. We have to prove that this angle ABC is equal to 90 degree. Now proof segment AC is a diameter given Therefore, AXC, measure of the arc AXC is equal to how much? 180 degree. Measure of semicircle is 180 degree. Angle ABC, let us take that as 1. Angle ABC is equal to half of measure arc AXC. Reason what we'll write? Inscribed. Let us take that as 2. And reason what we'll write? Inscribed angle theorem. Inscribed angle theorem from 1 and 2. How much is AXC? AXC is 180 degree. So half of 180 is how much? 90 degree. So angle ABC is equal to half into 180 degree from 1 and 2. Now half of 180 is how much? 90 degree. Therefore, angle ABC is equal to 90 degree. So that is what we had to prove. So angle ABC is 90 degree. Now theorem of cyclic quadrilateral. Now what is a cyclic quadrilateral? If a quadrilateral, all the vertices of the quadrilateral touches the circle, then it is said to be cyclic quadrilateral. You can see this vertex, this vertex and this vertex, all the 4 vertices are touching the circle, then we say it is a cyclic quadrilateral. Now theorem of cyclic quadrilateral, what is that? That opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. That means angle D and angle B together will be how much? 180 degree, and angle A plus angle C will also together be 180 degree. So opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. Opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. So that is the name of this theorem. That is this theorem. Now we will prove this theorem. Now given quadrilateral, it is an activity based sum. So some of the theorems and proofs they'll ask in the form of activity also. So in quadrilateral ABCD, so what will come over here? ABCD is a cyclic, that means what? All the vertices A, B, C, D of the quadrilateral are touching the circle. Now to prove that angle B plus angle D should be equal to how much? 180 degrees. Similarly angle A plus angle C. So here it will come what? Angle A. Angle A plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. So we will start with the proof. Arc ABC. This is the arc ABC and this is the angle. So this angle is intercepted in this arc, that is ABC is intercepted by angle inscribed angle ADC. So ADC is the inscribed angle and ABC is the intercepted arc. So angle ADC is equal to half of measure arc ABC. So what is the angle ADC? Angle ADC is half of measure arc ABC. Let us take that as 1. Similarly, this angle ABC is an inscribed angle. Angle ABC is an inscribed angle. First we took this angle ADC is inscribed angle and ABC is the intercepted arc. Now we have to take angle ABC is the inscribed angle and arc ADC is the intercepted arc. So it intercepts the arc ADC. Therefore dash is a measure of half of measure of arc ADC, that is angle ABC is equal to half of measure arc ADC. Let us take that as 2. Now add this 1 and 2. So what you will get? Angle ADC plus angle ABC is equal to half of measure arc ABC plus half the measure arc ADC. Now take half common and this will be what? Measure arc ABC plus measure arc ADC. Now all this arc together, look over here, ABC and ADC together becomes what? A complete circle. And what is the measure of a complete circle? It is 360 degree. So half into 360, what is the reason? Arc ABC and arc ADC constitute a complete circle, and measure of the complete circle is how much? 368. Now when you divide this, what you get? 180 degrees. So the answer is what? 180 degree. Now this we had proved of D and B. Similarly, you can prove that angle A plus angle C is also equal to 180 degree. Now corollary of cyclic quadrilateral theorem. What is the corollary of cyclic quadrilateral theorem? An exterior angle of a cyclic quadrilateral. So if a quadrilateral is cyclic and the exterior angle is always congruent, or it is always equal to the angle opposite to the adjacent interior angle. So this is the adjacent interior angle. So this angle will be congruent to opposite to the angle which is adjacent to the interior angle. So remember, if this is 70 degree, then this will also be 70 degree. So that is what we have to prove in this. Now in this given, it is already given that quadrilateral ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral and angle BCE is the exterior angle of quadrilateral ABCD, and we have to prove that angle BCE is equal to angle BAD. Now prove quadrilateral ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral that is already given. Therefore, we had studied in the previous theorem that in a cyclic quadrilateral the opposite angles are supplementary. Therefore, angle BAD plus angle BCD is equal to 180 degree. Reason what you'll write down? Opposite angles. Let this be 1. Reason what you'll write? Opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral is supplementary. What is the meaning of supplementary? That it is 180 degree. Now this angle and this angle are also 180 degree angles in linear pair. Angle BCD plus angle BCE, that is this angle and this angle is equal to 180 degree angles in linear pair. Let this be two angles in linear pair. So from 1 and 2 what we get? This right hand side are both equal, that is 180 degree. Therefore the left hand side also has to be equal. Therefore angle BAD plus angle BCD should be equal to angle BCD plus angle BCE. Reason what you'll write? From 1 and 2. I'll repeat once more. 1 में क्या मिला था कि opposite angles are supplementary. तो A और C, that is BAD or BCD is equal to 180 degree supplementary angle of a cyclic quadrilateral, और ये दोनों angle भी supplementary है. Why? Because they are linear pair. So angle BAD, angle BCD and BCE is also equal to 180 degree. Let us take that point, that is point 2. So from this 1 and 2 what we get? Right hand side both are equal, both are 180 degree. Therefore left hand side also has to be equal. So this also has to be equal. Therefore BAD plus BCD is equal to BCD plus BCE. Now in this, on the left hand side and right hand side both are having angle BCD, so this and this will get eliminated. I have told before also, no need of showing by cancellation. It is understood that it will get eliminated. So what will be left? Angle BAD is equal to angle BCE. Therefore, angle BAD is equal to angle BCE. So that is what we had to prove. That is, angle BAD is congruent to angle BCE. Now, converse of cyclic quadrilateral theorem. What is converse of cyclic quadrilateral theorem? If a pair of opposite angles of a quadrilateral, so supposing quadrilateral is A, B, C, D, then if a pair of opposite angles of a quadrilateral is supplementary, then the quadrilateral has to be cyclic quadrilateral. So this is what we have to prove. Now in quadrilateral ABCD, angle BAD plus angle BCD is equal to 180 degree. That is, this BAD and BCD both together is equal to 180 degree. Now we have to prove that quadrilateral ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. Now this is an indirect way of proving it. So let us assume that ABCD is not a cyclic quadrilateral. That means they have taken point C outside the circle. So there can be two possibilities. Either point C will be outside the circle or point C will be inside the circle. So first I will prove case 1, that is point C is outside the circle. So you have to take a point E which is touching the circle, and ABED will be the cyclic quadrilateral, and therefore D such that D dash E dash C, that means DEC are collinear point. So case 1 I will show you. Case 2 is very similar, only you have to write that point C is inside the circle. Rest all will be same only. So point C lies outside the circle, then take a point E on the circle such that D dash E dash C, that means they are collinear point. Now therefore ABED will be a cyclic quadrilateral. Therefore, because all the four are touching the circle, therefore quadrilateral ABED is a cyclic quadrilateral. Therefore, sum of the opposite angle should be 180. Therefore, BAD, angle BAD plus angle BED is equal to 180 degree. Reason what you'll write? Opposite angles of cyclic quadrilateral is supplementary. Let us take this as point 1 is supplementary. But what is given over here? In the given statement it is given angle BAD plus angle BCD is equal to 180 degree, but angle BAD plus angle BCD is equal to 180 degree. Let this be 2 given. Now if you compare 1 and 2, the right hand side both are equal, 180 degree, 180 degree. Therefore the left hand side also should be equal. Therefore angle BAD plus angle BED is equal to angle BAD plus angle BCD. From 1 and 2. So over here if you see, BAD is also in the left hand side and BAD is also on the right hand side. So both will get eliminated. So what will be left? Angle BED is equal to angle BCD. So we will get angle BED is equal to angle BCD. But look over here, BED, that is this angle, is the exterior angle of triangle BCDs. But angle BED is the exterior angle angle of triangle BEC, of triangle BEC. What is the meaning of that? If this is the exterior angle, then exterior angle is always equal to sum of the interior angle. तो exterior angle जो रहता है वो interior angle को add करेगा तो ही exterior angle मिलता है. अगर समझो ये 30 डिग्री है और ये 40 डिग्री है तो ये दोनों मिलके एक्सटीरियर एंगल होता है 70 डिग्री और ये दोनों कभी भी इक्वल नहीं हो सकता है. बट बी इट इज़ अ एक्सटीरियर एंगल ऑफ ट्राइंगल बी ई सी, देयरफॉर angle BED will not be equal, cannot be equal to angle BCD. So they can never be equal because exterior angle is always equal to sum of the interior angle. So this angle and this angle can never be equal. Therefore our assumption is wrong. Therefore our assumption is wrong. Therefore, quadrilateral ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. Therefore, quadrilateral ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. Now, in case 2, you have to take point C. Everything will remain same. Only you have to write over here point C lies inside the circle. Then take a point E on the circle such that D dash C dash E. Here it was D dash E dash C. Over here you have to write D dash C dash E. So that's the only difference. Rest all will remain same. Here also this is the exterior angle. So this angle and this angle can never be equal. Now next theorem, if 2 points on a given line, so this is a line and 2 points are what? A and D subtends equal angle. So they subtend equal angle on 2 distinct points, that is point B and C, which lie on the same side of the line. So both the angles are lying on the same side. That means point, if this is a line AD, then one angle is here and one angle is here. No, it's not that way. AD and B and C. So it is not that both the angles are on the either side of the line. No, both the angles are on the same side of the line. So both the angles come inside the same side. So they are on the same side of the line. D it is, not B. And this is C. So these 2 angles are equal, then we say that ABCD, the points ABCD are concyclic point. What is the meaning of concyclic points? A circle will pass through all the 4 points. That means A, B, C, D will touch a circle. Therefore, it has to be a cyclic quadrilateral. So if 4 points are concyclic, then it will form a cyclic quadrilateral. That means all the 4 points will touch the circle. So point B and C lie on the same side of line AD, and angle ABD is equal to angle ACD. We have to prove that points A, B, C, D are concyclic, that is ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. So let us suppose that point ABCD are not concyclic points. So this is an indirect way of proving. So there can be 2 possibilities, that point C will be either outside the circle or point C will be inside the circle like the previous theorem. So there has to be some point E which is touching the circle. So let us take that point which is touching the circle as point E. So suppose point A, B, C, D are not concyclic points, then point C lies outside the circle. Then take a point C outside the circle such that it is A dash E dash C. That means they are collinear points. So I'll prove the case 1, that is when the C is outside the circle, and when C is inside the circle, the method is same, only you have to mention that C is inside the circle. Now look over here, ABD and AED, that is this angle and this angle, subtends equal arc, is intercepted in the same arc AD. So ABD is intercepted in this same arc, and AED is also has the same intercepted arc. So both the angle has to be equal. Angle ABD is congruent to angle AED. Reason what you'll write? Arcs inscribed, let us take this one, arcs inscribed in the same angle inscribed, not arcs inscribed, angle inscribed in the same arc AD. So they are inscribed in the same arc, therefore both the angle has to be equal. But what is it given in the statement? In the given statement it is given angle ABD is congruent to angle ACD, but angle ABD is congruent to angle ACD. Let us take this as 2 given. So from 1 and 2 what we get? Both are ABD. ABD is also equal to AED and ABD is also equal to ACD. So when ABD is equal to both two angles, then these two angles has to be same. Therefore, angle AED is congruent to angle ACD from 1 and 2. But AED, look over here, this angle AED is the exterior angle of this triangle like the previous theorem, but angle AED is the exterior angle of triangle ECD. So this angle is the exterior angle of triangle ECD. So this angle is equal to this angle and this angle. So exterior angle is always equal to the sum of the remote interior angle. So angle E will be equal to angle C plus angle EDC. So if this is 30 degree and this is 40 degree, then this will be 70 degree. That is 30 plus 40, 70. And these two angles can never be equal. We have got that these two angles are equal, but it can never be equal. Why? Because this is an exterior angle and exterior angle is always equal to sum of the remote interior angle. Therefore, angle AED can never be equal to angle ACD. So our assumption is wrong. Assumption is wrong. Therefore, points A, B, C, D are concyclic points. So we had taken, let us assume that they are not concyclic points. So that assumption is wrong. Our assumption is wrong that therefore point A, B, C, D are concyclic point. Same way you have to prove this also. Same thing it will come, only you have to say point C lies inside the circle. Then take a point C, not point C, point E. Take a point E out. Then take a point E on the circle. Such that here it will be A dash C dash E. So such that they are A dash C dash E. That means all the 3 points are collinear point. Here we had taken point C lies outside the circle. Then take a point E on the circle such that A dash E dash C. So only difference is this much. Rest all will remain same in case 2 when the point C is inside the circle. Now there are two formulas which you have to remember. Supposing if the two chords, that is PQ and RS, intersect internally at the point T. So there are two formulas. In this the two chords are intersecting internally. The second one would be the two chords are intersecting outside the circle. So what is the formula over here? So here the chords are intersecting inside the circle, then angle STQ this way. If two chords are intersecting inside the circle, then angle STQ will be equal to how much? Half of measure arc SQ plus measure arc PR. That means this angle is equal to half of measure arc this plus half of measure arc this. So when you add both the arc and divide by 2, you get this angle. Even this angle will be same only. Angle PTR will be same because they are vertically opposite angles. Similarly, this angle will be how much? Angle PTS will be equal to half of measure arc. Here the arcs are this one, PS and RQ. PS plus measure arc RQ. And this angle will be same only. So angle RTQ is also same. Why? Because they are vertically opposite angles. So both of them has to be same only. So there are 4 angles. How to find out this 4 angle? That is based on this formula. Now we will prove that. Now given chords PQ and RS intersect at point T, prove that angle STQ, that is this angle, is equal to half of measure arc SQ plus measure arc PR. Construction join PS. Now angle STQ is the exterior angle of triangle PTS. So it is an exterior angle of this triangle PTS. So this angle is equal to this plus this. So angle STQ is equal to angle TPS plus angle PST. Reason what you'll write? Exterior angle theorem. That is angle STQ is equal to angle TPS. Instead of TPS, I'll take QPS. So I'll just extend it. Angle QPS plus angle PST. So instead of T, I'll take it till R. So angle PSR. Reason what you'll write? They are all collinear points. P dash, T dash, Q and R dash, T dash, S. Therefore, angle STQ is equal to, now look over here, QPS is intercepted in which arc? So this angle is intercepted in this arc. So half of measure arc SQ plus half of measure arc. The next one, PSR, this way, PSR is intercepted in this arc. So it is half of measure arc PR. Reason what you'll write? Inscribed angle theorem. Angle theorem. Now take half common, therefore angle STQ is equal to half measure arc SQ plus measure arc PR. So that is what we had to prove. STQ is equal to half measure arc SQ plus measure arc PR. Now this is a second property which you have to remember. First property we had studied, if the two chords intersect internally. So we had studied the first property this way. If two chords intersect internally, then what is the measure of this angle? That we had studied. Now supposing if the two chords AB and CD intersect externally, not internally in the circle but externally in the circle, then this angle will be equal to what? this arc minus this arc divided by 2. Previously it was adding both the arc and dividing by 2. Here it will be subtracting both the arc, that is a bigger arc minus a smaller arc, and then divided by 2. So when it is externally, we subtract and then divided by 2 the two arcs, and when it intersect internally, we add both the arcs and then we divide it by 2. So that is what we have to prove over here. Now here chord AB and chord CD intersect at the point E in the exterior of the circle. We have to prove that this angle AEC is equal to half of measure arc AC minus half of measure arc BD. So, construction, draw the red one which I have shown, draw segment AD. Now prove. Now this is the exterior angle ADC. Angle ADC is the exterior angle. Like the previous one only, exterior angle of a triangle. Which triangle? This one. Triangle AED. This triangle. Triangle AED. So according to the exterior angle, therefore angle ADC will be equal to what? Sum of the interior angle. Which are the interior angle? This angle and this angle are the interior angle. So angle ADC is equal to angle DAE plus angle DEA. DEA. Reason what you'll write? Exterior angle theorem. Now instead of DEA, I'll extend this D and write it from C. So CEA. तो DEA के बदले मैं D के बदले C से शुरू करूँगी क्योंकि ये तीनों भी कोलिनियर पॉइंट है. So CEA. Therefore angle ADC is equal to angle DAE plus angle, instead of D I will start from C. CEA. Reason what you'll write? C dash D dash E. Now what is angle ADC made up of? Angle ADC is inscribed in this arc, and this is an inscribed angle. ADC is an inscribed angle and intercepted arc is what? AC. So instead of angle ADC I'll write what? Half measure arc AC is equal to DAE. DAE is intercepted in this arc BD, that is equal to half measure arc BD, and this will remain as it is, angle CEE. That is what we have to find out. AEC. AEC. So keep this on this side only and shift this on this side. So what you will get? Therefore first I'll write down this. Therefore angle CEA is equal to half measure arc AC minus, when I bring half measure arc BD on this side, it will become minus half measure arc BD. Now take half common, so what you will get? Therefore angle CEA is equal to, half is common, measure arc AC minus measure arc BD. So instead of CEA you write down AEC, that is angle AEC. Rest all will remain same, only half of measure arc AC minus measure arc BD.